Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. The 28th day of April is here, a beautiful Tuesday. The time still stands at 3:45 a.m. My name is Prophet Paul Jumbo, and I'll be your host for this morning's 15 minutes with PPG. It's a beautiful morning. Good reports. A morning of good reports. You are going to hear good news, good news, good news, good news round about today. Whatever you desire in your hearts, whatever you pray for, whatever you ask God of, today you will receive, because the angel of good report is on duty. We don't expect too much sun, we don't expect too much rain, we don't expect too much clouds. Everything should be just standard, because today a good report is written in the spirit. I'll take you through this journey, dubbed in the sermon, spiritual roots. Spiritual roots. There are three kinds of roots. Welcome, Mr. Ablo. There are three kinds of roots. We have the family roots. Before you came, you were there. Before you came, you existed. Before you came, you were connected. That is why you bear a name. Nobody named himself, somebody named you. And the one that named you was your family root. So that is where you are from. Then after the family roots, now you move into covenant acceptance. Your family now accepts you. And a third one, I call it discovery. You must discover your destiny. You are coming from a family, yes. You are accepted, yes. But if you don't work on your destiny roots, you can never see glory. You can never see glory. So I'm going to take you on the journey of roots. 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 I pray today that you understand the spiritual dimensions of roots. That your roots will not betray you. If your root is not connected to secrecy, which is water, that root can never shoot up. That root can never fruit up. That root can never make you a fruitful vine. What makes the vine, what makes the fruit, what makes the branches has got to do with what the root have discovered. Root hits foundations. They go deeper in the realms of foundations. So I can pray, I can teach you on foundations, but there is another spiritual dimension of it, that is roots. Because we can see, you have seen, and you know that roots can penetrate through foundations. The Bible said in Isaiah 11 verse 1, it said, a shoot, Kadimaya, will come out from the stump of Jesse. It's talking about what? A root. Something is about to happen. And from his root, a branch will bear fruit. What are you talking about? Jesus. He said a shoot will come out from the stump of Jesse. So Jesus did not manifest or appear only through the womb of Mary. He appeared in the spiritual system of roots. That whatever is in the lineage of Jesse, I, Jesus Christ, the firstborn, will also inherit it. So you don't determine what happens to you. Your root determines how you fruit. So you can be praying very well, but if you are connected wrongly, your prayer is amiss. You can be a good man, you can be a good woman, you can be saying all manner of things that makes you loyal and truthful, but if your root is connected to a wrong source, you will not bear much fruit. Struggle begins from roots. Struggle exists in roots. When you can deal with roots, you can deal with foundation, and then be a fruitful vine to be a fruit. Revelation 22 verse 16. It says, I am the root. Jesus is speaking again. He said, I am the root and the offspring of David. Not the offspring of any other family. Not from Latte, not from Equiapem, not from Akwemu, not from Krobo, not from Accra. I am the root, the offspring of David. Jesus, the mediator. Jesus, our master, Jesus, our God, chose where he was coming from because he knows the suffering in roots. He didn't come from a place of suffering. No, he came from a place of royalty. and the bright morning star. I am the root, the offspring of David, and the bright morning star. Where is your connection? Where are your roots? Where are your roots? Where are your roots? Is it from Winneba? Is it from Cape Coast? Where are your roots? Remember, your life stands on a root system. After the foundation, you go deeper. And when you're digging any foundation, you find stumps and roots underneath the foundation. And you build the house on those systems. So if the Lord has not built the house, what happens? The builder built in vain. Before you were born, before your name were called, before you appeared, there was a root system. There was a root system. Nobody rises higher than his strength. Nobody rises higher than his depth. Nobody rises higher than his knowledge. So if you want to go higher, you must go deeper. If you want to go higher, you must be stronger. If you want to go higher, you must achieve and get a lot of knowledge. You are connected to a family line, the root of Jesse. That's what Jesus Christ, the mediator, was connected to. And that family line now gives you a spiritual covering. It's in a comfort as well. Yes, because it's a family root. Covenants, what the fetish priests, traditionalists, all those things are just roots. They are roots. Yes, they are roots. Every tribe has a spirit, a God. Then they worship that God. They led them to that place. So that is the root. And that is where you are named. That is where you are called. Your same name is a root. It belongs to a family line, a spiritual God. Then we have the covenant heritage. After the covering, the family accepts you and puts you in covenants. Then we have the destiny roots, where you now discover yourself and not family again. Where you now discover yourself and not family again. So if you don't work on your roots, you can be a Christian and still suffer. It is there. There is nothing about it. You can be a prayer warrior and your shoes still look like a canoe. It is there. There is nothing wrong about it. You are just not rooting deeper. You can be very righteous and holy and still live like that. Remember a man called Joseph. I've studied Joseph well. I've studied Esther well. I'm now en route. So I know what I'm talking about. The survival of Joseph did not happen because he was a good man. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Now Jacob became Israel. So Joseph was born out of Jacob. Now based on that, Joseph's covenant was in Abraham. And the Lord told Abraham that he's going to bless his descendants. And then anybody who curses him, he will curse. Anybody who blesses him, he will bless. And he will be the God of his life. So anything that Joseph went through, he went through in it in covenant, as God has promised his father Abraham. So when he met his brothers, he said something. He said, you intended to harm me, but God intended it for my good. Family covenant redirected what? Every evil, boomerang, every evil, sent back to sender every evil that was planned against Joseph. So all the 17 and a half, 18 years of Joseph's life of struggling, nothing harmed him. It rather promoted him. Why? He was connected well. Let me tell you something. They don't go to Israel because they want to go and pray. I won't talk much. They go for connections. They go for connections. They go for connections. As you are growing in the spirit, you get to know some things. It's in any Torah sites. Any Torah sites, they go for something. One day we'll get there. We'll speak more about that. It's about Abraham. Bible said in Genesis 28 verse 13, it said, I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham, and the God of your father Isaac. I will give you the descendants of this land. Look at how Jacob was, very corrupt person. But at the end of the day, his father Abraham's covenant was what was preserving his life. Every inheritance he got it because of the father's covenant. Look at Solomon, very corrupt. But God preserved his life because of the covenant where the root was coming from. When your root is strong, you are strong. When your root is righteous, you are righteous. When your root is holy, you are holy. Where are your roots? Where are your roots? Whatever is protecting your life must be older than you. In the spirit. So fear into me jua through fear. So fear to me boa fioko. A dini that's okay can you maybe and get to a place where you can get real covenant. Real covenant. Real covenant. Now look at a family called Jesse. The place where Jesus came from, the stump of Jesse. As a root will shoot out from the stump of Jesse. Look at where Christ came from. Christ came from a place where it was dark. There was nothing over there, but there was a system there. There was a boy there called David. David outdoored the royalty of his father's house. Outdoored royalty, outdoored grace in his father's house, and brought royalty to his home. So once upon a time, someone was up at this morning, and the Lord said, "Go and fill your horn with oil. I am sending you on a journey to a house called Jesse. I have chosen one boy over there to be a king." They didn't know they were royals. They thought they were just the warriors, but they didn't know they were royals. So Jesus Christ came from that root, but that was not the root of the light. There was darkness in that root. Somebody brought out that light in that root called what? David. Whatever you are doing in your father's house, whatever is stopping from your father's house, is a battleground. You must break that battleground and bring the good that is uncovered. I wish you have time. Bring out the good that you have uncovered. Any good uncovered, you must uncover that good. There is royalty in your house, and nobody's going to give it to you. You must discover it. Any place you call a town today, a city today, a nation today, somebody discovered that place and it became very great. Dubai was discovered. The Red Indians discovered America. Your hometown was discovered by your ancestry. So know that if you want to win any battle, you must go and discover something and uncover to enjoy. David was rejected. He was coming from the root of rejection. But the Bible said in 2 Samuel 7 verse 16, it said, "Your house and your kingdom will endure forever before me." Who can reject him again? Nobody could reject him again, because he has now discovered himself. He uncovered what was not known in the family. He uncovered what was not seen in the family. The father and the mother never knew that their family were going to be royals. No. Shoot down. Go down. Go down. Go down. Go deeper. Go deeper. Go deeper. Go deeper. And when you get deeper, you know that there is only one root you must connect to. I call it the destiny root. That is the root of Christ. The root of Christ is deeper than family foundations. He came from the root of Jesse. I am not an Israeli, so I can't come from the root of Jesse, but I can come out of a sacrifice made for me, out of the root of Jesse, called the root of Christ. Revelation 5 verse 5. It says, "See the lion, the tribe of Judah, the root of David has triumphed." The sacrifice gives me the permission to connect to his root. I'm not for Israel. My father is not Abraham. My father is not Isaac. My father is not Jacob. But there is a sacrifice for me that gives me access to their roots. Blood gives you access. Blood speaks. Blood gives permission. Blood breaks. Blood opens doors. Break the system from your father's house. Discover and then root down with the Christ, Jesus, the mediator. If you're able to deal with your roots, you're able to survive your roots, able to break the roots, able to go deeper and ascend deeper, go deeper to ascend, you will survive every season. Fruits can fail, leaves can wither, vine can wait for a season, but roots are always there. They are always strong. When there are no fruit on the tree, there are still roots down there. Be a strong root. Be a strong root. My last verse, Psalm 112 verse 2. It said their children will be mighty in the land. How? They are strong roots. Their children will be mighty in the land. It's talking about roots. Children are roots. They are starting very small, but they will grow stronger and stronger to the end. The Lord bless you. The Lord will restore every damaged root. The Lord will launch you into the deep at the days of Job. At the scent of water, its bud will locate. At the scent of water, it will be a bud that will put forth shoot like a plant. You are a buried root. You will get the scent of water and you will live again. You will break family roots. You will break family foundations. You will connect to the root of Christ, where the blood is speaking for you today. The blood that speaks better things. And you will restore your life again. Meditate upon this message and you will get a lot from it. My name is Prophet Paul Jampo. I will see you same time on the 29th day of April, a beautiful Wednesday, to serve you. Shalom.